Hello everyone, today we have a new episode about the Brabus XLP pickup. Let me remind you that such a car costs $1 million. And we are building it on the basis of the 2006 Gelänwagen. We will remake the old Gelänwagen into a new one, round off the doors, glue the glass and make the pickup body type. We will start this episode by making the back of our Gelänwagen. The process is underway. We mark out where we will cut and measure everything. I already said that I was in Dubai and measured the original car. I think that we can get one in one. Let's make this car. I am often asked if we can do this. I will answer that there are no problem. Now you have seen the footage that I shot in Dubai. As soon as this Gelänwagen went on sale, and I saw it in Dubai, I measured everything and left it for myself. I'll say in advance that the shape of the back wall is very complex. The wall does not have a single sharp corner and this must be repeated. But I will say that we should succeed. Here is our pickup. Welding work has already begun. This is what we should have. So we finished the back wall. It really does not have a single sharp corner, all with large roundings. We succeeded despite how long the production took. We ordered glass, windshield wipers and original brake lights from the original G-class. There should not be any differences. Now we will deal with the rear part. This is the frame and the rear body. So we finished assembling our body. It has not yet been welded. Before full welding, we checked whether the wheel was in the center of the arch. We installed the same arch extensions from the Chinese in the Brabus style. I said in the last episode that they made a little mistake and the wheels are not in the center of the arches. We will need to make offsets. We immediately took everything into account and fixed the problem. We checked if everything is fine. And we found the problem, that the petrol cap. In the old G-wagon, the petrol cap is close to the rear, and in the new one, closer to the back door. And we decided to move the petrol cap closer to the door. Petrol cap finished, everything turned out very nice. All dimensions are calculated, the petrol cap is redone, and we left the factory mechanisms. Everything is good, nothing is stuck anywhere. But we caught a lot of problems related to the gas tank pipe. That's horrible. I will now insert the frames and you will see what a miracle we have done. It turned out some kind of snake, but we overcame everything. We made the part from stainless steel, polished all the seams, and I am sure that everything will work well. Next we will round our doors. Because the new G-wagon has all rounded corners. And also we will immediately deal with this bend on the doors. You can see that the bend dissolves smoothly into the body, and we will need to do the same. Doors, corners, everything is beautiful. We also rounded all doors. I can tell you that this is a very serious step. Because water can be poured into the door after rains. And if we do something poorly, these doors will rust. But we will do our best to avoid problems. We will process the doors from the inside, outside, lay the seams with sealant, and so that the corners do not bring us problems. In the meantime, the doors are waiting for painting work. We will finish the internal arches in the rear body. Because they are oddly shaped. In XLP they are different, and since, at the request of the client, we should have a suspension like a 4x4 squared, these are 2 shock absorbers and 2 springs per wheel, and for this we need special mounts. We have already made them, measured the dimensions, and now we will finish the arches. Our arches are ready. Everything turned out like the original, and we are smoothly moving on to making the roof rack. Here is our XLP pickup. We started making roof rack. We will do exactly the same as the original. So we finished the roof rack. A little later we will take the part for sandblasting and powder coating. The roof rack will be matte black, just like the original. I found some photos that we printed out. This is the original back wall, exactly the same as ours. The original rear body made from plastic. On the official website they also write that it is not metal. The canisters will be exactly the same as in the photo, but ours will be black matte with the Brabus inscription. This is the desire of the client. Now we want to work on the tailgate and rear body that are in this place. The new Geländewagens have no bends here. At the back there is one curve on the tailgate and everything else is smooth. We want to repeat the original.
Something that I'm breathing, telling me to sleep in. Fix behind my lids like nothing gets done. Living by a bad truth, swallow it like who knew. Marching to the drums like pa 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 pa. Sliding by the beaches, gotta have a secret. Life is plain peaches, tell nobody my secret. Drowning at the teaching, gotta have a secret.
Here is the overlay. We redid everything, leveled it, everything is like the original. Here is the overlay like in the new Geländewagens. This is how it is installed. You can see that it closes the handle a little. There is also an overlay for old Geländewagens, but a corner for the handle is cut out there and it looks ugly. While we are working on our Geländewagen, we have already managed to make inscriptions on the back of the car. Everything is like the original. Unless the number 400 is not the same as the original, it was the desire of the client since we are remaking the G400 Geländewagen. So after a while we finished welding work on the body. I will say that this is not an easy job. In the time we spent making the XLP body, we could have made 2 bodies for a 6x6. The work was difficult, but we managed and it is a success. Write comments, did we succeed or not? I showed you all the photos and how it should look and you can compare. What are we going to do now? We will completely matte bare metal to prime it with special primers. While other work will be carried out, the metal will not rust after the primer. I said earlier that the suspension will be difficult and not like the XLP. The client asked to install the suspension like a 4x4 squared, that is, 2 shock absorbers and 2 springs on one wheel. The springs will be orange and the shock absorbers will be black. Also, the calipers will be painted in the color of the springs. The suspension is not expensive, because there are expensive options for 12,000 euros and so on, and here it is much cheaper. Now we will deal with it.
Avoiding every threat. I wanna stay like a sailor, but I can't do that. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do
These are the front arches. We welded all the fasteners, checked and everything is fine. Sandblasted, now primed and painted. And then in places where it is adjacent to the frame, we will clean and weld. Why is that? Because we will not be able to paint the inside after installation and there will be problems in the future. Here is the same arc, but already installed. It remains for us to paint only those places that you see. Perhaps somewhere we putty the frame, where the old fasteners were cut off so that everything was beautiful. The axles and final drives are already in place, the arms are already sandblasted and powder coated. Let's make a new car out of the old. Now we will carry out painting work. Now many of you will be horrified and will ask why so much putty. But these are people who do not understand how such cars are built. We have a fully prepared metal that is coated with zinc epoxy primer. The metal is protected. Now we will mat this primer and cover everything with putty. The putty is fiberglass, that is, it is rigid. After we align the body, the putty will remain a maximum of 1 mm, and perhaps somewhere it will no longer be. Without such technology, it is difficult to make perfectly flat body, and now we will do this. All painting work is being completed. We have made all the gaps and leveled the planes. And now we paint everything that we putty with liquid putty and let it dry while we work in the cabin. Now we are starting to soundproof and vibration-proof the entire car. The first layer is hard and the second is soft. In the cabin, we have seats from BMW that are maximally shifted back. Divided, electric, completely rewired. The back wall is also very heavily modified. You can see that we made these details, aligned and everything is like the original. We will make a matrix from the back wall and install solid parts so that there are no problems. This is how it looks. Everything is exactly the same as the original. There will be a windscreen wiper, also a cable for the sunroof, there will be a special place for the cable. And a flat floor. Now we will deal with the brake, we will just fix it. What did we get? The 2021 Brabus face is installed, the front axle is fully sandblasted and painted, the final drives are already installed and painted. Brake system, brake rotor painted. The caliper is painted orange, but this is at the request of the client. Suspension like a 4x4 squared. 2 shock absorbers and 2 springs per wheel. This is not the same as the original, but it was the client's request. The springs will be powder coated in the same color as the caliper. Go ahead. The doors are rounded in the style of the new Gelänwagen. They look nice, but we have to work them out inside so that there are no problems. At the back, we have the following situation. We sent the drive shaft to a specialized center for lengthening. Shouldn't be a problem. Drive shaft only needs to be extended by 0.5 meters. Let me remind you that the location of the wheels has changed, it has become 0.5 more meters. As well as the distance between the rear wheel and the ends of the car, the distance increased by 20 centimeters. I think everything looks very good. We have aligned all the planes at the back, as it was done on the original. All dimensions are saved, the gas tank hatch was moved, a lot of work has been done. The back of the car will be slightly lower. In general, we still have a lot of work to do on this car, but we seem to be getting it. Also, we are already making a kit for sale, and soon there will be another such car with the same suspension abroad. This video is coming to an end. I told you and showed you what we have done for such a long time. In fact, this project is very complex, it is more complicated than the Gelänwagen 6x6. We have done a lot of work and there is much more to come. We need to make an overlay for arch extensions. You may have to narrow the rear axle. In the next episode, I will tell you whether it will be necessary or not and why it was. We will still need to finalize the rear bumper, the windshield trim will also need to be made. We will make everything and there will be no differences from the original. Salon will be very cool, in orange. The front panel will be redone from 2006 to a copy of 2015, with monitors and so on. Very similar to what we did for the Gelänwagen 6x6 painted in dew yellow. Follow, I promise that it will be interesting, and there will be a lot of useful information. I know that most of my subscribers are fans of finishing, reworking, tuning Gelänwagens. In general, I finished the video. Please write your opinion about the project in the comments and subscribe. Bye everyone.